We are starting to enter the home stretch of the presidential campaigns. November 5th is when it's going to go down. And a lot of states have already started the early voting process. Uh, Absentee ballots has been going out, um, and things of that nature. And we got none other than former President Barack Obama, 44th president, on the campaign trail to talk up for current vice president, current vice president, and Democratic nominee who didn't have to earn her vote or didn't have to beat out anybody to be on top of that ticket in Kamala Harris. Now, I find it funny that this guy who was very hesitant over the years of talking up Kamala Harris, who basically withheld his endorsement of this woman. Because remember, when Biden stepped down, he was one of the main ones that withheld his support for Kamala Harris. Everybody else in the Democratic Party voiced their undying support for this woman. He was one of the only ones that withheld his support for her. And behind the scenes, I have an idea that Barack Obama don't really think that she can win. So I find it disingenuous for Barack Obama to call himself wagging his finger at black men considering that he don't think she can win behind the scenes. He really don't. Now, there was at a Black Voters for Harris rally out in Pittsburgh recently, and I'm going to play a clip from that exchange with Barack Obama in the center and a whole bunch of black men circling around him. And this is what he had to say. DJ, spin that shit.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office.
So let me understand something, right? Let me understand something. So if she loses this election, it's on black men because black men are not turning out to support this woman. But where's her support for us? Huh? Where was her support? When she sat there at that interview with the Griot, and she said, and when she ran for president the first time back in 2019, what did she say? Well, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. That's what she said. Her actions has governed as such that she's not doing anything for black people. So why should we go out of our way to support this woman? She was a prosecutor, and a lot of black men don't like prosecutors. She's thrown black men and black women in jail. There's a lot of black women out there that's saying that they're not supporting this woman. But you don't see Barack Obama admonishing black women for black women coming out saying that they're not supporting this woman. And they're coming out there making it clear they're not supporting this woman. But yet, it somehow is on us. It's somehow on us. So let me get this straight. I got to go out my way to talk to random strangers, knock on doors, go to put flyers on people's cars and all that. I got to go out my way to do all that. All the meanwhile, you Democrats ain't doing nothing for the to benefit black society, right? You guys have shown your contempt. You guys have shown your disdain towards the black community. And yet, we got to go out our way to support this woman who has made it clear of where she stands. She has shown that she will throw a black person in jail. She has shown that she has nothing but contempt and disrespect towards the black community. And you want me to go out there and support this woman? Fuck you. That's what I got to say about that. Fuck you. Who the hell are you think you are to call yourself trying to admonish black men? What do we do to deserve this bullshit? Huh? What the fuck do we do to deserve this? Nah, if that's the hill you want to die on by not supporting the black community, then guess what? You don't get something for nothing. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again 1,000,000 more times. You do nothing, you get nothing. And that's the bottom goddamn line, Jack. And no amount of shills, plants, operatives, no D.L. Hughley, no Charlatan the Fraud, no Steve Harvey, no fucking Roland Martin, who likes looking at videos of bucket naked men going down this made up anal cavity. Because see, all these little bussy boys, all these little, girly men, right? All these individuals right here who got a little sugar in their tank, they're the ones that they're pushing up. But a guy like me, who's going to stand up and speak out against the bullshit and call out the bullshit when I see it, nah, I'm the one that's going to get admonished. I'm the one that's going to get disrespected. I'm the one that's going to get dirt thrown on his name. I'm the one that's going to get attacked. So no, what part of the game don't you understand? Magic Johnson, hey, again, as soon as you get your son to convert back to a real man, then I'll listen to you when you come pitching anything to me politically. But as long as you got that 6-foot transformer running around here looking like she's more than or he's more than meets the eye, then no, I will not listen to anything you got to say. Absolutely not. Now, again, this was the same guy. What's up, Hamza S? The Underrated Darkness. Go sub to my brother, Underrated Darkness, LDBC brother, Mike Lewis. Anybody that's in here lurking, whether you be a Democratic operative, a Republican operative, if you just happen to be lurking in my goddamn chat or whatever like that, not saying nothing, I salute you as well. But everybody up in the building, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button. Now, this dude, Barack Obama, yeah, you held your vote for this woman. He held his support for this woman when Biden decided to drop out and Kamala had this rocket strapped to her back and she got put up to the top of the Democratic ticket. He held his support for her. But yet you sitting up here admonishing black men before not supporting her? The fuck out of here. You a goddamn fucking hypocrite, bro. You're a hypocrite. So did the establishment put pressure on Barack Hussein Obama to finally relent and put support behind a woman he really didn't want to support? Be sitting up here talking at us. Magic Johnson sitting up here talking at us. Roland Martin sitting up here talking at us. D.L. Hughley, that corny ass motherfucker, want to sit up here and call himself trying to talk at us. Ricky Smiley, the same guy who looks like a bitch, dressed like a bitch, and act like a bitch, want to call himself trying to come at us sideways. But if you'll get your boy, what's up? New Oasis, salute to you. Shout out to my brother 7-8, man. Yeah, that's the homie right there. Oh yeah, we cooking through the hard way. We cooking this bitch with chicken grease because I can't stand this shit. Every time we come around election season, there's always the usual suspects running their goddamn mouth, admonishing black men because we didn't want to vote for this woman. This woman has shown nothing but contempt, disrespect, and disdain towards black people. She threw a guy in jail, and Jamal Truelove in the city of San Francisco had to pay out like goddamn what, $13 million because she locked up an innocent black man, right? Look, and I know people from California. I talk to people from California. None of the people I talked to from California had anything good to say about this woman. I got homeboys that is from California. I talked to them. I asked them about this woman. Hell, I even got an old ass motherfucking white dude that was a co-worker I talked to. Hey man, nobody had anything good to say about this woman. But yeah, I'm supposed to just forego all that. I'm supposed to just forget everything I know, forget everything I understand, and just blindly go to the ballot box and click this woman's name for what? And what will I get for my vote? Huh? What would I get from it? Because look, I don't just go out here voting for people just because they happen to have the same skin color or they happen to have the same last name as I do, or we were, went to the same HBCU, or all that stupid ass goofy ass shit that shills plants operatives and sell us like the push. In it, Ricky Smiley, sitting up there talking about, stop it. We gotta vote for her because if she becomes president, she'll get to be sworn in on Martin Luther King Day, and then she'll get to be sworn in alongside Ketanji Brown Jackson. Yeah, and that'll be one big old bootleg orgy later on that night. It'll be what my brother Ticket always called a big old buck dancer bonanza. And then after the pomp circumstance is over with, and after cream pies and other orgasms has been splattered all over the floor, all over the wall, in the mirror, on the tub, in the toilet, on top of a goddamn washing machine. After all that shit is over with, and we got to get down to business, and she got to sign all these executive orders. Are any of those executive orders going to have anything specifically benefiting the black community? And I will argue that the answer is a resounding no, it will not be. And look, criticism of one is not an endorsement of the other. So if you think I'm going to go ahead and support Donald Trump, well, you're pissing on the wrong fucking tree. Because I don't support that con man neither. He's a fucking criminal who should be in prison. You got black people, innocent black people doing football numbers, and yet this 34-time convicted felon can run for president? Make it make sense. So if you think I can vote for Donald Trump, no, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. If anything, I'm voting the couch. And if you got a problem with that, well, I just got 2 words for you. Suck it. Again, you do nothing, you get nothing. You know why she's not getting any black support? Because she haven't done anything to get black support. Now, if she can acknowledge this on a 60 Minutes interview or on with Bill Whitaker, if she can also repeat this talking point on another interview she did, right, where she said, "Well, I got to earn the black vote. I just can't be out here saying that, I'm the nominee, which you didn't have to earn. You didn't have to beat nobody out, because when you did have to earn it, you did have to beat people out. You couldn't do it. You couldn't even carry 10% of your own state when you ran for 2019. You're from California, and you can't even carry 10% of the vote there. She is a weak candidate." Now, anybody that followed my channel for any length of time, If I told you this before, I'm gonna tell you this again, just in case you forgot. If you want to know how strong a candidate is, look at how that person does in their home state. If they're not carrying their home state, then they're not a strong candidate. Because to get the support of the nation, you first have to have the support of the people within your constituency. And if you don't have the support of the people in your constituency, then how in the hell can you go nationwide when you can't even make it out locally? Make it make sense. And no amount of sorority from the AKAs or Easters or whatever divine, all that stupid ass bullshit that people want to associate themselves with or whatever, right? No amount of that is going to propel this woman up to the top of the Democratic ticket and eventually to the presidency should she make it that far. So no, Barack Obama, you didn't support her initially. You waited and waited and waited till you couldn't wait no more. Then at that point, you threw your support behind her. But you want me to support her, right? The fuck out of here, bro. You've done nothing. You've done nothing but show your contempt towards the black community, right? When you were president for 8 years, guess what you did? LGBTUV, WXYZ, right? You even had the White House lit up in LGBTUV, WXYZ colors. You know how I know? Because I was there when he did it. I live in the DC area. I was coming out of Shake Shack or whatever burger joint, and I saw that the goddamn White House was in LGBTUV, WXYZ colors. You prioritize immigrants. You prioritize the Alphabet Crowd or the Skittles Nation or whatever like that, or the Rainbow Society. You prioritize them. You prioritize the fucking big banks, right? When you had that crisis in 2008, you could have reset the table, but no, you bailed out the big banks. You bailed out these corporations that were grossly mismanaging their money and stuff, and yet you left the little people, the people that you were counting on, the same people who was responsible for voting your ass in the office, you left them out to dry. So, and then another thing, right? Democrats have held the White House for 12 out of the last 16 years. So you had all this time to get it right, and you refuse to get it right. If you want to call yourself kind of trying to call yourself wagging your finger at us because we are saying enough is enough and we're staying home. Because we're not voting for Trump, right? That whole thing about, oh, they must be going to the Republican Party. No, we're not. Because at the end of the day, if you understand the landscape, both sides come together in telling the black community no. They just go about it in different ways. You got one side telling you no, and then you got the other side telling you hell no. Because see, we already know what we're going to get from the Republican Party. When we was Brown beating them about reparations, what that dirty snap turtle Mitch McConnell said. Or President Obama was your reparations. Hey, you fixed your jack off hand yet? Because you know that hand looked kind of black. You had that shit on the fucking grill, Mitch McConnell. Hey, what happened to all that cocaine that was off your boat? Allegedly. And then you got Byron Donalds, the new Legion of Bootlick, going on the Breakfast Club, running his mouth, talking about how black people shouldn't get reparations and why they should get reparations and all that shit. He was one of the ones that voted against ending qualified immunity. So that tells me everything I need to know right there, but that fucking coon. Yes, Byron Donalds, you're a coon. Anyway, but enough about them. Back on to this, right? When y'all gonna learn? Are y'all that? Do you want to really get your ass beat? Because the way things are looking now, you would rather get your asses beat than actually do something for the community that's responsible for putting you in power. Huh? Then you want to have ghetto ass fucking hood rats like Reese Colbert. I don't know what the fuck made her so relevant, right? But that's Roland Martin's little underling. She'll run her mouth all recklessly, calling herself trying to destroy people if they don't support Kamala Harris or whatever. Fuck you too, bitch. That's what I got to say about that. Tamika Mallory, fuck you too. Because this divide and conquer shit that y'all trying to do, propping up black women, trashing black men, or propping up black men and trashing black women. But I haven't really seen you done that yet. But still, this divide and conquer stuff that y'all trying to do within the black community, that shit's got to stop. Because it's not working. It might have worked back in 2020, right? When Biden was running around here talking about, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I'm like, excuse me, you're not black. And you're racist. And you're a motherfucking white supremacist. But we just going to forget that Kamala Harris, through all her morals, through all her ethics, through all her respect and dignity out the window, also she could be in close proximity to power because she wanted to be there. Let's just keep this 100. She wanted to be there. If she called out Biden at a debate for all that stuff he was doing, even though she wasn't even in the United States, she was in fucking Canada when she was in high school, right? But she threw all that out the window, calling him out on his racism, calling him out on his being a white supremacist and all that. But he offers her the position of being the vice president. She threw all that out the window because she wanted to be in close proximity to power. And then when it comes to Kamala Harris, there's all these stories coming out about her, about how there's massive turnover, how she's incompetent, how she don't even read the presidential daily brief when she gets it. You had these people who working for her in her cabinet spent time, effort, energy to put this presidential brief together. She don't read the brief. She goes to the meetings, gets basically basted like a goddamn ribeye in a cast iron skillet for not knowing what's in that goddamn brief. And then she's going to come back and admonish the same people who spent all that time, effort, and energy into putting that brief together to try to make her look somewhat competent. No, the problem is she's incompetent. That's what they're not telling y'all. They're out there setting up Discord servers talking shit about this woman. All her former staffers, all that people who had a massive turnover in her little cabinet, yeah, they're out there setting up Discord servers talking shit about her. What's up, 7-8? Salute to you, bro. Salute to the general in the building, man. Go subscribe to my the homie 7-8 Sports TV. Yeah, I saw your video about this too, 7-8. That was an awesome video as well. So, look. So when I hear Magic Johnson, and when I hear Barack Obama, and when I hear Roland Martin, that big titty, 3-chin, no neck, hot dog pack in the back of the neck individual, hey, Roland, you still ain't answered that question yet. And why you had some bucket nigga dude on a video going down this made up anal cavity? You still ain't answered that question yet. But you sitting up here letting all these pork chop preachers and pulpit pimps like a Jamal Bryant, right? He was sitting up here talking, you got to go out there and vote. I thought you supposed to keep politics out the church. When you got Raphael Warnock, who was the preacher at Ebenezer Baptist Church, and that chocolate milk dud head having ass motherfucker is now a goddamn U.S. senator. Whatever happened to separation of church and state? So all you Bible thumpers out there, yeah, miss me with that shit. If you supposed to be a man or woman of God, you supposed to be believing in the Bible and all that, right? You don't prop up no fake ass charlatan lying ass bitch in front of me, because she got exposed for all her lies. I covered many of her lies extensively on this channel. So if you're supposed to be a man or woman of God and all that, and y'all sitting up here talking this shit to me about the lesser two evils, yeah, you can get your ass out of here because you don't believe in the Bible. You're out here cherry picking Bible quotes and all that, and you coming off as a faker and a fraud and a phony. And I don't need no goddamn faker, fraud, and phony in front of me. I know I'm not the most perfect person out here, and I know I ain't no finger wagger, and I know I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But one thing I ain't gonna do, I ain't gonna sit up here and sit and bullshit y'all, cause I don't got no reason to bullshit y'all. I don't get nothing out of bullshitting y'all. So yeah, Barack Obama calling himself trying to talk at us. Nah, nah, you're not gonna get away with that. How about try talking to us, right? Did you ever consider having like some town hall, right? And then you get a bunch of random ass black folks, not somebody you picked, not something that your other shills, plants, or operatives picked. Just have some random black men coming out, sitting down, having a town hall, asking the question, right? Because as elected officials, you want our vote, right? You want us you want us to vote for you so you could be a representative to us, right? Notice the key word in representative, represent, right? So if you ever consider holding some town hall and have some random black people sit down at this random town hall, and then you ask us, hey, what has been keeping you from supporting Kamala Harris, right? And then if we tell you that, because we have no reason to lie, we don't get nothing out of this shit. If we're telling you that, hey, look, she was a former prosecutor, she's been lying all this time, she doesn't do anything for black people and shit like that, if we're telling you all this, and then you're gonna thumb your nose up and talk down on us after we tell you what's going on, then what? Man, look, this shit really pissed me off, man. It really do. It really pissed me off to this very day that these people still running the same goddamn playbook. Whatever happened to the art of evolution? That this ain't the era where people just shut up and vote. With the age of the internet, where you can look up anything from your phone, your computer, hell, you can even look up shit from your smartwatch. And to this very day, we still got politicians lying, gaslighting, and doing all this other shit. All this other manipulatory tactics to try to get you out there and vote for them, knowing good and well they ain't got your best interest at heart. We talking about reparations, we talking about any qualified immunity and an anti-black hate crime bill. What they talking about? The war over there in Gaza, right? Between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Right? I don't give a fuck about that. If they want to bomb each other to death, let them. Right? They're giving Benjamin Netanyahu all this money, all these resources, all these weapons, and he's going out there and doing whatever he want, when he want, how he want with it. That's not our issue. We don't care about what's going over there in Gaza. Then we'll talk about women's right to choose, right? They want to sit up and talk about that. To do what? See, what they ain't telling you is that a lot of these women out here living promiscuous lifestyles. And that abortion is a multi-billion-dollar, if not multi-trillion-dollar industry. That's what they're not telling you. Because when they struck down Roe v. Wade, right? Because Roe v. Wade was based on a lie anyway, right? Norma McCorvey, she dead now, but Norma McCorvey concocted this bullshit about being gang raped by black men. That's how the whole Roe v. Wade thing became a thing anyway. And when they struck that down, who was there in D.C. on that day when shit was being struck down? You had a whole bunch of white women out there protesting. Yeah, you might have had a few bed wenches sprinkled in. That's going to come with the territory. But more often than not, there was a whole bunch of white women out there protesting that. That's not a black community's issue. You see the amount of kids the black community, man, look, there's women out there with 5 kids from 5 different baby daddies in the black community. You mean to tell me abortion is the issue? It is not. It is not. So yeah, Barack Obama, get your ass out of here talking that dumb shit. fuck out of here. That whole finger wagging and guilt tripping and shaming and all that, yeah, them days are over with. The days you Democrats and you shills, plants, operatives out here calling yourself trying to guilt trip and browbeat and manipulate and gaslight and all this other shit to try to get us to come out there and vote, them days is over with. If you do nothing, you get nothing. That's the bottom fucking line, Jack. Hell, I did 20 years in the military. I did your fucking bidding. You was out there playing these goddamn political games. I was out there deployed doing your goddamn bidding. So nah. You definitely ain't gonna be talking to me crazy about voting for this fucking charlatan, this self-serving professional bullshit artist. Right? She would look like, do you think Kamala Harris would talk to me? She would ignore me like she's some fine bitch at the club. The fuck out of here. We ain't no way trying to listen to her bullshit, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. She about to turn 60. And then another thing. This thing, right, where because it goes back to the talking point that the Democrats set months ago with Van Jones and Benjamin Crump and people. They talk about we got to protect this sister, right? You saw how the shills, plants, and operatives attacked Janet Jackson. You saw how the shills, plants, operatives tried to attack anybody that is going against this narrative that we got to support Kamala Harris and whatever like that. Joy Reid with her fucking bald head. How I got more hair than you? Joy Reid, make it make sense. How I got more hair than you? But she's sitting up here talking about, oh man, you're gonna look real weird and you got to be on the right side of history because you're gonna look real weird if you don't vote for this woman. The fuck out of here. But we got to protect this sister. No, she can get her own goddamn husband, who is Jewish, to protect her. She can get the Secret Service to protect her. And look, I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't vote for anybody. If you want to vote for somebody, if you want to vote for Kamala Harris or vote for Donald Trump, I'm not here to tell you who you should or shouldn't vote for. I'm telling you that I'm not going to do it. I'm voting the couch. That's what I'm telling you. You can either agree or disagree. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. You vote was in your best interest, right? But I know for me, there's 3 things on the ballot: reparations, ending qualified immunity, and the anti-black hate crime bill. And if none of those things are on the ballot, guess what? I'm not going I'll be staying home. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm staying home. Hell, I'll vote for a dead duck before I vote for Kamala Harris. Shit. That's the bottom line, man. You know what I'm saying? But just know, if you go out there and support these candidates ain't speaking your language or whatever. You're voting for your own demise. But one thing you can't say is people out there that you can't say that people out here hadn't warned you. So, again, if you want to support Kamala Harris, you want to support Donald Trump, do you? Do you? Ain't nobody trying to stop you. Ain't nobody trying to stop you from doing what you want to do, right? I'm just putting the information out there. What you do with it is up to you. That's the bottom line. But what you ain't gonna do is try to browbeat me and guilt trip me into vote for this woman. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Now, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Barack Obama, yeah, you go kick rocks, bitch. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt.